Hi everybody, I'm Alex from Gardenworks, and today I'm going to give an introduction on seed starting, one of my absolute favorite topics. Today we're going to talk about one of the easiest strategies for beginners, the use of a seed tray, inserts, and humidity domes. So to get started, you're going to need a few basic things. Firstly, you'll need a seed tray and an insert. This is where the soil and the seeds are going to sit. Secondly, you'll need a humidity dome. This is to use to ensure that the humidity stays high while the seed is germinating. Okay, now that we're all set with our seed tray, it's time to start moving on to the soil. So today we've picked a pro-mix seedling soil, but any seedling soil will work for this. A seedling soil has two major features: a very fine texture, you won't find any large pieces of bark, and secondly, it holds on to a lot of moisture. This will be very important during the germination process. So the next step in the seed starting process is preparing the soil. First thing you'll want to do is moisten the soil. Gently water the soil until it is damp but not dripping wet. If water runs off the soil when you pick it up, you've overdone it. Once the soil is moist, you can then take that soil and transfer it into your seed tray. Now, the real trick is here to not compress the soil. You want to try to keep as much oxygen in that soil as possible. So transfer your soil over, gently firm down, and that's it. Okay, now we are all set to go, and it is time for my favorite part of the whole operation, picking out which seeds are going to be growing. Today, I've picked a few different leafy greens that I quite like. They'd be a blend of mesclun, some baby leaf lettuce, and a Mizuna mustard. Now, these are going to make a great early season salad crop. So to pick these seeds, I've used the West Coast Seed Gardening Guide. This is a fantastic little resource. It's got a calendar in the front telling you when to plant just about every type of seed, as well as how to go about planting those seeds. So when planting up the seeds, I actually like to use the back of a pen. It allows me to create a nice uniform hole to place those seeds in. As a general rule of thumb, you want to shoot for about 1 centimeter below the surface of the soil. Having said this, you'll want to make sure that you check the back of the seed packet, as each individual seed would have a different optimal depth. So here we're using fresh seeds, so I'm only sowing a few seeds per cell. If you're using older seeds, say some that have been around for a few years, you might want to sow a few more seeds per cell, as your germination rate is sure to not be as high as fresh seeds. With our seeds all planted up, we are all set for the final steps. Firstly, give them another quick water. You want to make sure that they are nice and damp. Secondly, put on your humidity dome. Now, with the humidity domes, you want to keep the vents closed until you see the first sprouts emerge. At that time, you open the vents but keep the dome on. Once the first true leaves of the seedlings have opened, that's when you remove the dome. A few tips to keep in mind now that you've got your seeds started. Firstly, keep them somewhere where they're going to be warm. The warmer the environment, the faster the seeds will germinate. Secondly, you'll want to ensure that the seeds stay evenly moist. You want to make sure that they will never dry out. That is the absolute worst thing that you can do for a young seedling. Finally, always make sure to label your seeds. Always include the name and the date that you've sown them. And it really is just that simple. We hope that these few tips and tricks will give you the confidence and the encouragement to start growing from seed.